A mimic and a doppelganger are the exact same thing. They are a type of evil spirit that mimic people, animals, objects in attempts to take over a person's body. Um, I've heard two stories about mimics that I believe are true. The first one comes from a veteran who said when he was a young boy, he was at home watching TV. His dad was out of town and his mom was at work. Now, as he's sitting there watching TV, he sees his dad from the corner of his eye walk into the hallway and down to his parents' bedroom. So he's thinking, oh, dad's home. That's awesome. He goes and runs to the bedroom, except his dad's not in there. And then he goes to his brother's bedroom, and his brother's like, hey, did dad come home? Because I just seen him walk down the hallway. And they both realize that they seen their dad, but he was not there. So they go on the phone and they call him, and they're like, hey, dad, are you back in town or something? Or like, what's going on? And their dad's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still in New York. The second story comes from Mexico, in a small little town in Cholula, Mexico. Now, this comes from a man named Santos, who, when he was a young boy, he lived in this small little village. And his mom, at nighttime, would always close and lock the windows and the doors. And she was very nervous when nightfall would come. And so one day, Santos gets up in the middle of the night and he hears like noise coming from the living room. And he goes in there and he sees his mom. And she goes, I want you to go outside, go into the woods, and gather some firewood for the fireplace. And he goes, at the middle of the night? And she's like, just do it right now. Go out and gather me some firewood. So he says, hold on. He goes back to his room to get his shoes on. And he realizes his mom is in her bedroom sleeping. And so he runs into his mom's room and he, screaming. And he's like, there's something out in the living room. It looked just like you. And his mom instantly knew what this was. And she brought him into the bedroom and closed the door. And the whole night he slept in that room. Now, had he went out in the woods, who knows what would have happened.